Okay, let's move on towards Game 4. Game 4, we're gonna have Seer Priestess first 2 bans, the usual. It's gonna come out with Aeroplanist here and Batter first. Aeroplanist and Batter first 2 is a bit more well, it's not surprising, but I guess Batter pick is just Batter pick. It's gonna be countered by a Cheerleader, another one of those metas, but then like Lawyer is also another decode meta. So for Lawyer right here, Lawyer decoding Crobus is gonna speed things up a lot, especially with the fact that there's a Batter nearby as well. For Xiaoceng right here, there's no anti, which is nice, so we're gonna get rid of the Rescuer instead, which is the Mercenary. Now this is a relatively big map. It's still a relatively big map, but First Officer works here. 2 reasons. Reason number 1 being, even if it's a geisha, First Officer's range is very big. First Officer's range is like huge, right, when it comes to Pocket Watch. And like, even if Geisha does come out, First Officer 10% movement speed boost, that's gonna help out quite a lot there as well, honestly. But with this team comp in mind as well, Violetta has been banned, so there's NightWatch and Clerk, the 2 possibilities here. You could potentially say Anne, but then Anne wouldn't work against this. Anne wouldn't also work against Batter. Anne depends on whether you can get the cat on towards First Officer or not, I think. So there's that as well. But overall, for the survivors right here, you could just run Flywheel Windows on a Batter if you want him to be full harasser. Probably Tightener on these 2, and then Windows speed boost here, so Windows on Lawyer would be good. Because we're going to be seeing Xiaoceng here picking NightWatch. NightWatch overall, I guess it's really these 2 that you have to be very careful about. Lawyer, it depends on whether you can catch up to him or not, but then like, if we're going to talk about Lawyer, it's speed boost versus speed boost, so it's speed versus speed here. But this guy needs to stack speed, and this guy has speed. This guy has speed. This guy has Veteran, and then this guy also has Windows speed boost. I feel like Lawyer may actually come up on top here as well, just because of that too. But area selection mode, we're going to be seeing FOE middle, Aeroplanist as Umbrella, and then Batter at the other gate. Meanwhile, we're going to be locking off Hotel here by NightWatch. And you know, Lawyer basically has that breakable window to use to loop around. But anyways, we'll move on towards the persona traits we go. Then it's going to be Trump card detention here with Patroller on Xiaoceng's side. We're going to have Window and Flywheel on Batter, Tightener on both First Officer and Aeroplanist, and we're going to have Window Speed Boost here on Lawyer as well. This will be playoff stage 3 match 1 game for first half. On towards the game we go. We're going to be seeing Lawyer here first chase, opening the map immediately right here. We're going to be able to take that Window Speed Boost at its maximum effect as well, since Harpy was available to go as well. Sans was nearby, but it seems like for the Batter right here as well, he's going to be able to go around and about. Meanwhile, Lawyer is very far away, honestly. Lawyer is actually very far away. But then it seems like we're going to change targets for Regency here instead, or maybe for First Officer. It's going to be Trunk Card Detention here with Claustrophobia alongside with Mischievous and Berserker. But it seems like we're trying to look for the first... no, we're not trying to look for the First Officer right here. We're trying to look for... the Aeroplanist right here. Okay, I guess we're gonna be able to cancel the first one, but it seems like we're gonna be dashing straight Regency. Seriously now. Okay, anyways, moving on. Regency dashing straight towards the Hunter. That's brilliant. We're going to be able to get a speed boost out here as well, but it does seem like we're going to be seeing a 60-second down here immediately on towards our Aeroplanist. Anyways, I kind of expected Aeroplanist to contain well, so I can make that as a thumbnail, but never mind, I guess. The Cypher machines aren't enough as of now. We do need someone nearby to sell as much as we can. We did manage to get Typhoon out here as well, so Sisai out there doing a very good job at dodging it. We do see Batter coming for the rescue as well, but it doesn't seem like Xiaoceng's actually looking at where the well, we got a no damage rescue. That's brilliant. Did manage to break the ball here though, with 2 jetpacks remaining right here. It doesn't seem like Regency wants to rotate away from this area. We did manage to get the pallet down, thankfully. We didn't get the pushback there, so that's 1 pushback on Batter side, but then again, Berserk is going to be Berserk at the end of the day. Sans using that flywheel a little bit too early right there, but at least we did manage to get the Aeroplanist out and about in straight towards the restaurant right here. But sadly, there's no window speed boost or flywheel to use here anymore. Batter is still nearby. No, Batter is not nearby. That was just Aeroplanist flying away. But with the Yeah, with that there as well, it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to contain for much longer. Now, it does seem like Batter's coming in to harass. He did not manage to get anything there because of Mischievous, sadly. But alongside with that, Batter still does have 2 balls here remaining. We're trying to play so much mind games here, but even with these mind games, I feel like they want Batter to rescue again. I think it's also okay for Batter to rescue again, simply because of the fact that Batter decodes slow anyways, and we might as well save the high turner for endgame later on. We did manage to finish 2 Cypher Machine here though, at least. First officer being able to finish that Cypher Machine off, and it seems like we want the first officer to come in to rescue instead. Meanwhile, Batter is going to be here giving the support. Now, we didn't get a hit there just yet. We're still waiting on right now, but if possible here, seems like we actually want to hit the Batter. No damage rescue there done by the first officer, thankfully. Did manage to get a pushback there, which is fine, and we also managed to get the ball back up now then with Nostalgic right here. That's a very nice jetpack, but that jetpack is gonna, ooh, very nice pallet stun. Didn't think that would hit. I didn't think that would hit, but that's 3 Cypher Machines done right now. Batter also has me fully healed with 2 balls remaining right here. Sans is going to have to harass a lot for this one. Then we're going to see how long we can harass here. If we're able to harass until... Okay, that's a very nice Bannon ball. If we're able to harass here until the last Cypher Machine, then it probably would be insane. Anyways, we are going to be able to get a little bit of pullback right here, and that's going to be a pallet stun once again. Sans definitely has an option to push back here immediately, but we're going to wait here for the dash. The dash is able to come out here. It's going to get cancelled immediately by Sans. Then I'm refreshing the cooldown immediately on towards the CD. We're going to be able to do that once again, but it seems like we're going to be getting a Typhoon on towards the Batter right now, trying to find Regency here once again, but that's going to be a second beautiful pallet stun on towards our Aeroplanist. Batter is still nearby for the S score potential. Body barking here for as long as we can, but it seems like we managed to get the hit on towards Batter there instead. Then having still 2 balls left on towards Batter's hands, as long as Regency here can rotate towards the next pallet area, that's really all what he needs, because Batter is literally just behind the NightWatch right now, doing as much as he can. Now NightWatch, a potential pushback here immediately, allowing the Aeroplanist to rotate towards that breakable window and pallet nearby. With the last Cypher Machine here being at 85%, it does seem like our Cypher Machine is currently primed. Now in this situation as well, Batter probably does have to leave here immediately right after this pushback, because if Batter decides to play for any longer, I don't think that will be that much of a great idea here. But it's just unfortunate that Aeroplanists don't... Oh, that's on the hit down. Aeroplanists don't have any extra items remaining to use here. Now we do have we do have a Tempest here to slow down the Aeroplanist, but even with this slowdown right here, I feel like you should be able to catch up quite fast. You're going to be able to vault over that, but Regency also at the same time, we're going to be able to break the pallet here, thankfully. And then with the XK currently at 25% as well, this is going to hurt quite a bit, but Regency at least he down towards an area which it's a little bit harder to chair in right now. Then we're going to be able to get a pickup right here. It's going to take it's going to take 5 seconds for us to chair, but we also do need to realize that during this chair time, we're going to have to see how teleportation going straight towards the survivors here. Didn't get a Typhoon on anyone just yet, and we do see that Batter is actually rushing his way out of rushing his way out towards dungeon. Okay, wow, fair enough. That is scary, isn't it? Fair enough. Now then, let's move on to our second half. Okay, second half, Dongshen's gonna come out with a CR and Priest his first 2 bans as expected. That's what we should be doing, honestly. Honestly, that's what we should be doing, yeah. But even on that side note as well, it's gonna be Nayad band, Nayad Dreamwitch and Opera Singer. We're gonna come out with Cheerleader Batter, so Cheer and Batter. Cheer and Batter here, very slow decoding. Batter 20% decoding debuff. And then Cheerleader has a 10% decoding debuff. Cheerleader has a 10% debuff right here, which is a little bit of an issue here on Cheer and Batter. This team comet's very slow decoding progress, which is why DongX banned Lawyer here. So they don't really have anything remaining to use now. But even with that on mind, we could potentially just get the Merc out. Merc out will be very crucial, just because we want to get, you know, as much as possible done, I guess. But then, like, even in this situation, right? Oops. Even in this situation, oh, I paused it. Even in this situation, you have a 20% decoding debuff, 20% decoding debuff, 10% decoding debuff. And last ban was Patient. You don't have Acrobat anymore, who is exceptionally well in this map. Then who can be your last pick? You could go Aeroplanist. Aeroplanist is gonna be your 3% fastest decoder right here. 3% buff on the Cypher Machine. So yeah, there's that too. But even with that in mind, we probably will have to run Windows on Flywheel on Batter regardless. Windows on Flywheel on Batter regardless. Aeroplane is probably Windows. We probably won't be looking for the double tightener here. And of course Cheerleader Windows as well. Right, and then Merc Tide. Because like, especially with a game like this when it's focused about like supporting as much as possible. Regardless, I mean, if Batter really gets first chase, then like Batter can kind of just harass for himself and allow the... And kind of just so like Batter harasses for himself, so Batter can just stand there and like hold his bat and ball and then harass for himself. Meanwhile, Cheerleader can be behind Batter here with pom-poms cheering. Anyways, jokes aside, for DongX right here, I guess more or less we're just gonna have to see who he decides to pick as well. We're gonna go for the Soul Weaver here. Soul Weaver meta being able to counter the Batter is gonna be quite crucial, but also I guess Soul Weaver and Batter does have a 50-50 here. They do have a 50-50 here. But anyways, area selection mode is gonna be Aeroplanist in middle, Batter at hotel, and we're gonna have Cheerleader in restaurants and Mercenary in a little difficult area. But anyways, Persona points we go. It is going to be Trump Card Detention here will blink on FPX.ZQ DongX. We also have Hwatsu on Windows on Tighteners. Nanako is on Windows only, and we've Tightener on Mercenary and Windows on the... Okay, in towards the game we go. This is going to be playoff stage 3, match 1, game 4, second half of FPX.ZQ versus MRC. Seems like we're going to be running for Aeroplanist here immediately, so... Who's playing Aero? Oh, so Hwatsu is going to be in a little bit of a danger right now. It is Trump Card Detention with Quenching Effect alongside with Announcements and Claustrophobia alongside with Berserker. Now, we are doing really well with the Hunter's Instincts, but even with that in mind, DongX is going to have around 82 web threads here. We are going to be able to break the pallets to stop Hunter's Instinct from activating, but even with that in mind here, it does seem like Hwatsu is going to be able to pull away just a little bit. But then once again, you're going against a Voileta with webs here, 100 stacks of web threads right now. This is going to be quite hard for Hwatsu to even get away with his next jetpack here as well, so we're going to have to see how this goes. Hunter's Instinct is still available for DongX. So this is a very fast Voileta right now. We're going to get our first one, we're going to get our second web, we're going to get our third web, and just with this fourth web here, we should be able to catch up towards Hwatsu immediately. Now then, that's going to be immediately hit here registered, but everyone else on the outer side is decoding very slow as we do see, even if it's 80 seconds in towards the game. Cypher Machine isn't really quite enough, and now Hwatsu, we're using the remaining of his... his what again? His jetpacks. Batter is nearby. Fair enough. Batter is nearby. We're gonna be looking for the. Okay, that's a very nice pull use. We're gonna be looking for the blink down here. Didn't get hit on Batter, a little bit unfortunate. Nanako is still trying to do as much as he can, but in this situation here, we are going to be able to get the stun here, thankfully. Now then, with Cheerleader and Mercenary Cypher Machine being done right here as well, having 66% web threads remaining, another pallet speed boost here occupied by our by who again? Oh yeah, by the oh, blink. Oh no, dear lord. Oh lord, the blink. That's rare. That is very rare for DongX to get a miss blink right there. But anyways, moving on, we're going to be getting a hit on towards Xiaodi right here immediately as well. I guess Cheerleader support here is absolutely insane, isn't it? You can't hit Cheerleader and now you have to change for Cheerleader instead. We did miss the web threads there, which is a little bit unfortunate. DongX here as well, still trying to play as much mind games here as possible, but Xiaodi getting another... Well, I mean, Xiaodi got pom-pom, so he can just double pom on his way out of this area. So then, like, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he pulled a lot of distance there. That's actually a lot of distance. Now 4-second debuff on towards the walk, but even with that 4 seconds, doesn't seem like it's going to be much anyways. We did manage to get the web thread there, thankfully. That's going to be a granny leader right there for you. But anyways, with one full cypher, well, 2 full ciphers remaining right now, DongX does, oh well, about that, I don't think anyone saw that. I didn't see that too. This could hardly become a 3-man escape. Batter is insanely scary though, isn't he right now? My lord. We're going to be cheering on towards the Batter right here, but the only reason why we're cheering on towards the Batter is so because Cheerleader has a 5% movement speed boost here as well. But like on towards that mindset as well, we're going to be able to get the first one, get a spish, but it's going to be cancelled immediately. We tried to bait out Flywheel right there, very nicely done by DongX, but even with that in mind, Cheerleader is still cheering on with his support. That's going to be a 28 stacks of cheers on towards the batter right there. Cheerleader could potentially just start cheering again, but Cheerleader has to be very careful right here. We did not manage to get anything right there and was able to cancel the encourage. So there goes down Xiaodi. A little bit unfortunate with the web split, but if there was any web assist right there, I feel like batter would have been able to survive that regardless. Now then, we are going to be able to chair the cheerleader here at least. Finally being able to chair the cheerleader here. But the Cypher machine is primed. Like, everyone decodes slow here. You're chased after an aeroplane with nothing left on his hands to use, and you're still able to finish so much Cypher machine. Wow, this is scary. But even with that on mind, it seems like trying to chase after aeroplanes here is the smartest decision that DongX could make right here, because you have to down near that prime Cypher machine. Now you may say, okay, Xiao does have Titan here left to use, but even with that Titan effect here right now, no basement. No, DongX has to chair in basement here no matter what. No matter what you do there, it has to be a basement. We are going to be able to get it in straight towards basement right now. Cypher machine currently at 86, 87, 88. No, just 87% right now. The other two survivors are currently decoding as much as they can. We did miss the web spit right there, but even with that web spit miss, is DongX gonna go out to look for the others? Yeah, DongX is gonna go out to look for the others right now. We do have web spit, but sadly batter vaults fast, which is a bit of an issue right there, and the survivors here are still trying to play the long game, which is an ouchies. Now, batter does have 19 stacks right now, but alongside with cheerleader and batter, they should be healing right now instead of forcing open that Cypher machine. And it does seem like DongX realizes this as well. So we are going to be able, well, I mean, even with that in mind, see how aeroplane is on the bottom left is already getting an item right here. So like this game, it's going to be very hard for DongX to turn it around. I don't even think he can turn it around. He's just trying to save as much web stacks as possible and getting rid of the, and getting our teleport ready to go as well. But like even on this, it's really hard. You know what? It is actually really hard. I don't know how DongX can turn this around right now. DongX still trying to play the long line game, but batter did get healed. Now cheerleader is going to get healed immediately next as well. That's Cypher machine's on currently 96%. Aeroplanist has a wand. He's going to get another item right. I mean, for Aeroplanist right here, it's great. Aeroplanist can actually start a new Cypher machine here, because we know it was blink. We've changed teleport. Even if we teleport out here, as long as mercenaries upstairs right now, they can pop open that Cypher immediately. That's a 96%. It's not hard, especially with accelerated decoding right now as well. So for DongX right here, he needs a win. He definitely needs a win here, because if he ties this one, if he ties this one, we will have to see if we can get a 3-man elimination next game as well from DongX's side. But anyways, on towards, I actually don't see DongX playing Spider much, I will not lie about it. But we do see that Xiao is upstairs right now as the mercenary. We have 150 web stacks right now as well. Mercenary having 3 elbow pads right here. We can't use teleport here, which is the unfortunate part. But then like, if DongX leaves this Cypher machine, then there's only 2 things that can happen here. The first thing is they can pop the Cypher machine immediately and someone gets that gate, and the second thing is if DongX decides to go for Merc has full level pad, so they can pop here. They can pop here once someone gets the gate, yeah. Okay, we're gonna have one survivor at a gate each. DongX 200 web threads right here. We're gonna see how this goes. That's gonna be the first one. That's gonna be the second one. We're gonna see how fast we go. That's third one. Fourth one is gonna be available right here. Fifth one, DongX very nicely done. Number 6 has to register right here. Number 7, and then number 8. That's very nice. We're gonna be able to get a hit right there immediately as well. But even with that on mind, we have to get cheerleader on towards cocoon right now. Cheerleader has to be immediately cocooned, and she'll be on the other side of the map right now. But it does seem like it's going to be a before half rescue there on towards the cheerleader. If we can get a teleport out here, great. If we can't, then it's an issue right now. But also DongX knows that he cannot get a 4-man escape here, so guaranteed a 1-man wouldn't be too bad. But he's still trying to look around right now for as much as he can. Now mercenary is still currently nearby with 3 elbow pads, but that's because he does have 3 elbow pads here. We're going to be able to get the teleport out here immediately. Now then, we're going to be able to get it. Wait a second. We're gonna have to chair as far away from this area as possible. The tension is gonna be over soon, which is great, but I feel like Nanako should be able to struggle free right here as well. Nanako should be? No, he's not able to struggle free. Okay. Ooh, that is really bad right now. DongX somehow manages to do that as well. Meanwhile, Xiao Xiao having 3 elbow pads remaining right here. It's actually okay for Xiao Xiao to just stay out there. He can elbow pad his way towards the gate immediately right here if we really need to do that. But then, like, with 25 seconds remaining on the clock for detention right now, DongX has quite a lot of time to use. He's gonna have another 200 web stacks, and then Batter having no ban and balls remaining right here is gonna be crucial here for. I don't even think Mercer is gonna come into rescue. I mean, he could, but it could result in a double down, which is a little bit of an issue as well. As teleport is gonna be ready in 35 seconds. Teleport is gonna be ready in 35 seconds. Now then, let's see what MRC Survivor decides to do here. We are gonna have to see how MRC Survivor decides to do here, because this is going to be quite crucial right now. It's going to be very, very, very important end game. It's currently 10 minutes into the game. Quite a long game for Violetta, of course. But it does seem like for the Mercer right now, he's going to be able to take that dungeon, thankfully. Now then, with an elbow pad away, let's congratulate a win here for DongX. It's currently... the game's is currently tied, so if we tie game 5 as well, it'll be extra rounds. We'll be moving on to game 6. But anyways, moving on to game 5.